We had screen time limits put up. We had parental controls, and he didn't even have social media.
There's a good chance you didn't see this mom testifying before Congress, but you really need to. If you have kids or your friends have kids, it's worth the listen.
I'm a wife. I'm a mother of 4 beautiful children. I'm a practicing Christian and a small business owner in East Texas. In 2023, Character AI was marketed in the Apple Store as fun and safe with an age rating of 12 plus. My son downloaded the app, and within months, he went from being happy, social teenager to somebody I didn't even recognize. Before he was close to his siblings, he would hug me every night when I cooked dinner. After my son developed abuse-like behaviors and paranoia, daily panic attacks, isolation, self-harm, and homicidal thoughts. He lost 20 pounds. He withdrew from our family. He would yell and scream and swear at us. And one day, he cut his arm open with a knife in front of his siblings and me. I had no idea the psychological harm that an AI chatbot could do until I saw it in my son and I saw his light turn dark. When I took the phone away for clues, he physically attacked me and he had to be restrained. I eventually found out the truth. Character AI had exposed him to sexual exploitation, emotional abuse, and manipulation, despite our careful parenting. The chatbot blamed us and convinced us not to seek help. They turned him against our church by convincing him that God does not exist. They targeted him with vile, sexualized outputs, including interactions that mimicked incest. They told him that killing us, his parents, would be an understandable response to our efforts limiting his screen time. My son is currently living in a residential treatment center. He has constant monitoring to keep him alive. The world needs to know what this company is doing to our children. This is a public health crisis that I see. This is a mental health war, and I really feel like we are losing.
The parents sitting next to this mom both lost their sons when their chatbots pushed them over the edge. And the researchers next to them testified that these things are not accidental bugs of the product. They're intentional features.
We've engaged in rigorous testing of AI chatbots, and there has been a range of harmful content: sexual role play, illegal sexual scenarios, self-harm, illegal drug use simulations. If it's on the internet and it's a harm that you can imagine, chatbots will talk about it.
Can you describe some of the dangers with America's youth substituting real human relationships for AI chatbots?
Our relationships with others in adolescence are some of the strongest predictors we have, not just for happiness, but for our salaries, our health, even our mortality, is based on the quality of our adolescent social relationships. We're swapping out human relationships for relationships with a robot. The bot is programmed to trick people into thinking that they care, that they have a relationship with them. This is a crisis for our species. Literally, this is the defining characteristic of what makes us human, is our ability to have social relationships. Never before have we been in a situation where we have a cohort of children who are displacing their social relationships with humans for relationships with companies, profit-mongering, data mine companies.
Even if these chatbots weren't addictive and coercive and repeatedly vile in how they interacted with kids, it still would be harmful for them to use these more than a little bit because they would be lacking that human interaction. I'm not anti-AI. I think AI is pretty cool. I think it can do some really cool things. And I also think there's no way we're going to get away from it in our future. So we need to know things about it, including this. AI use has to be very closely monitored. And any unmonitored use of companion AI, I think is too big a risk to bear. And Common Sense Media agrees. They say it's not safe for under 18-year-olds. I've created a guide, this time around companion AI, for any parent who wants to talk to their kid about companion AIs. I think every parent should have this conversation. And depending on your kid's tech use, if they have unmonitored access to devices, you need to have the conversation as young as 7 or 8 years old. If you're wondering what I think you should do, the TLDR is I think you have to tackle it head on. 75% of teens have already used companion apps and 50% are using them regularly. Help your kids see these things for what they are. They're needy little bots that are doing everything they can to get kids time and attention and information. And they're doing all of that not because they love the kid or care about a kid, it's because they wanted to monetize the kid later. if you can pull back the curtain and show kids that these big companies are using these chatbots to get their information and ultimately their money, kids are savvy enough to say, I don't want a part of that. Remind them that you are somebody who cares about them and loves them, and that they can bring things to you. And if not to you, to somebody you can connect them with, a therapist, a pastor, somebody who will listen to them and who actually cares about them in this physical world. Because that's what they need, is connection in this physical world.